Hello students, in this video I will go through exercise U4A01 where I will be applying concepts related to sums of interior and exterior angles of polygons. Let's take a look. Find the sum of the measures of the interior angles of each convex polygon. So this right here, okay, a decagon, and notice that it says convex, which means all the angles are going to remain it's going to remain under 180. We have convex versus a concave, right? So anyway, and it didn't specify whether or not this is a regular decagon or not, and that really doesn't matter because the sum of the interior angles, okay, can be found by using the following formula. If I take the number of sides inside for a decagon, and I know that there are 10 sides here, all I got to do is multiply 180 by n minus 2. So in this case, because n is equal to 10, it's 180 times 10 minus 2, which is going to be 180 times 8. And what is that? That's 1440 degrees. Okay? If you're wondering like where this formula came from, please do check out the video on the lesson U4A01, or just read the lesson, okay, because the PowerPoint, the slides, spells it out pretty clearly as well. Okay, all right, let's take a look at the next one. Pentagon. All right, so a pentagon, again, 180 times 5 minus 2 is equal to 180 times 3, which is 540. Find a measure of each interior angle. Okay, so I have a quadrilateral, and quadrilateral is 180 times 4 minus 2, that's 360. If I add all this stuff up, okay, x plus 2x plus 3x plus 4x, what does that come out to? That comes out to 10x is equal to 360. Divide by 10, x is equal to 36. It says find a measure of each interior angle. So I got to go through and I got to find out what each all of these are. So that's 36. That's 72. That right there is 108. And the last one would be 144. Okay. All right. Moving on. I have a hexagon here. And a hexagon is 180 times 6 minus 2, which is 180, times 4, which is 720. So if I add all this stuff up, x plus 2, x minus 4, x plus 6, x minus 3, x plus 7, and x minus 8, add them all up, okay? So notice how many x's do I have? I have 6 x's. Plus 2 plus plus negative 4 is negative 2. Negative 2 plus 6 is positive 4. Positive 4 plus negative 3 is 1. 1 plus 7 is 8. 8 minus 8 is 0. And that's equal to 720. Divide 6 from both sides. 720 divided by 6, that's 120. So x is 120. So if x is 120, so that means I'm dealing with, and this is angle A, by the way, A, F, E, D, C, and B. So A would be 122, F would be 118, this would be 126, this would be 117, this would be 127, and then this would be 112. Moving on. Find the value of x in each of the diagram. So here we have to apply the rule for exterior angle. The sum of all exterior angle, regardless of how many sides the polygon has, the sum of all the exterior angles will always add up to 360. So I want to take all this, okay? I want to add up x plus 2, add it with 2x, add with, I'm sorry, going around. X plus 10, add it with 88, add it with 2x, add it with 52, add them all up. So if I take 2 plus 10 is 12, 12 plus 88 is 100, 100 plus 52 is 152. Add up all the x's, I get 4x is equal to 360. Subtract 152 from both sides, I end up with 208. Divide by 4, I get 52. So the problem only asks for us to solve for x, so that's it. And again, same thing. I take x plus 10, add it up with x minus 1, add it up with 2x and 79, add them all up, I get 89 minus 1 is 88, plus 4x is equal to 360. Subtract 88 from both sides, I get 4x is equal to, what does that turn out to be? So 272? Yes, indeed. Okay, divide by 4. X is equal to 68. Yes. Okay, moving on. Find the measure of each interior angle of each regular polygon. Okay, so now, since the sum of the interior angle was this guy, then each interior angle divided by 8 would result from this formula here. So since I'm dealing with a quadrilateral, okay, quadrilateral has side length, 4 sides, I'm doing 180 times 4 minus 2 divided by 4. So that's 360 divided by 4, which is equal to 90. And that makes sense because a regular quadrilateral is a regular 4-sided shape, which is just a square, which means all the angles are going to be 90 degrees apiece. An octagon has n is equal to 8. So 180 times 8 minus 2 divided by 8 is equivalent to 180 times 6 divided by 8. And this all becomes, well, I know that 4 goes into 180 45 times, right? So it becomes this over 2, and 2 goes into 6 3 times. So I'm left with, this is 135. So this is 135 degrees for an octagon. The interior angle is going to be 135 degrees. The interior angle for a quadrilateral is 90 degrees. Find the sum of the measure of the interior angles of each convex polygon. Find the sum of the measure of the interior angles of each convex polygon. So this is, again, applying just 180 times n minus 2. So decagon is 10. I'm sorry, dodecagon is 12. So 180 times 12 minus 2. This is 1800. A 20gon, 180 times 20 minus 2, is 180 times 18. Whatever that comes out to. So let me just pull out my calculator. So 180 times 18 turns out to be 3240. And if I take 29, 180 times 29 minus 2, this is 180 times 27. So if I take 180 times 27, I end up with 4860. And lastly, for 32, 180 times 32 minus 2 is 180 times 30. So this would be 18 times 3. I can do that in my head. That's 54. And then 5400. There you go. Alright, moving on. Find a measure of each interior angle. So this is again the same concept. I will now put together the sum of the interior angles for a quadrilateral is 360. So if I take 2x plus 5, which is Q, and I take r, which is x, and s, which is 2x plus 7, and t, which is just x again. I add them all up. I end up with 12, 2x, x, 2x, x. That adds up to 6x. And this equals to 360. Subtract 12 on both sides, I end up with 6x is equal to 358. No, 348. Divide by 6, I end up with 58. Since x is equal to 58, 2x plus 5, that's 116. 116 plus 5 is 121. Next is 58. Next is 116 plus 7, so that would be 123. Next is 58. I take the sum of the 4 angles there again, so I take J, which is 3x minus 6, add it with K, which is x plus 10, L, which is just x, and M is 2x minus 8. I add this all up, negative 6 plus 10 minus 8, so that would be negative 4. 3x, x, x, and 2x makes 7x. And the sum should equal to 360. Add 4 to both sides, 364. Divide both sides by 7, I end up with 52. Since x is equal to 52, this would be 156 minus 6, so that's 150. This would be 62. This would be 52. This would be 104 minus 8, so that would be 96. There you go. Now I'm dealing with a pentagon. So I have 2x plus 10, which is E, plus C is 2x minus 20. Whoops. And then D is x, and then A and B is 90 and 90, so I'm just going to add 180 right here. And if I add them all up, I will end up with 190 minus 20, so that's 170. And plus 5x is equal to 180 times 5 minus 2 is 540. I want to subtract both sides by 170. I end up with 5x is equal to, what is that, 370. Divide both sides by 5. I end up with 74. So therefore this is equal to 148. So 158. 148 minus 20, that's 128. And angle D is simply 74. And I have 90 and 90. Okay, so I figured out all those sides, all those angles. Here, what do I have? I have, again, a pentagon. And again, it's the same process. I take U, which is x minus 8, V, which is 3x minus 11, W, which is x plus 8, Y, which is x, and Z is 2x plus 7. Add them all up. Okay, so the 8 and 8 cancels. Negative 11 plus 7, that would give me negative 4. Add up all the x's. I have a total of 8 x's. is equal to 540. Minus 4 from both sides, I end up with 8x is equal to 536. Divide by 8 is 6. 6 times 8 is 48, so that's 56. 67. X is equal to 67. So if that's the case, 67 minus 8 is equal to 59. 3 times 67 minus 11. Oh boy. It's testing me a little bit. 3 times 57 minus 11 is 160. I'm sorry, 67. I wrote 57. So it's 190. And, whoops. And this is going to be 67 plus 8, so that's 75. This is going to be 67. And lastly, 2 times 67 plus 7, so that's 134 plus 7. That's 141. Okay. Moving on. Baseball. In a baseball diamond. In baseball, home plate is a pentagon. The dimensions of home plate are shown. What is the sum of the measures of the interior angles home plate? Sum of the interior angles of the home plate. Sum of the interior angles of the home plate. Well, that's just 540. And we figured that out like maybe 3-4 times in this assignment already. Because it's 180 times 5 minus 2. The side lengths are unnecessary in this problem to throw you off. You don't need to know the side lengths. Find the measure of each interior angle of each regular polygon. I feel like I did this already. Dodecagon is 12, so it's 180 times 12 minus 2. So that's going to be 1800. Pentagon is 5. This is like the 5th time. 180 times 5 minus 2 is 540. A decagon is 10, so it's 180 times 10 minus 2. So that's 1440. Wait, is it? 180 times 8. Yes, it is. Second guess myself. Okay, and nonagon. What is a nonagon? I don't know what a nonagon is. Let me ask Google. What's a nonagon? A nonagon is a, let's see here. Nonagon is a figure with 9 straight sides. Okay, so it's 9 straight sides. So 180 times 9 minus 2. So 7 times 180. So what is 7 times 180? 1260. There you go. And the measure of an interior angle of a regular polygon is given. Find the number of sides in the polygon. So this is, in other words, 180 times n minus 2 over n is equal to 60. I need to find out what n is. So you can certainly find out what it is by solving for n, and I'll do one like this, right? So this is going to be 180 times n minus 2 is equal to 60n. Distribute the 180, I end up with 180n minus 360 is equal to 60n. Subtract 60n from both sides, I get 120n is equal to 360. N, therefore, is equal to 3. Right? You can certainly do this, okay? However, you can also do something else, right? If this is the interior angle, then the exterior angle. What is the exterior angle? The exterior angle is going to be 120, right? And since the sum of all the exterior angles is going to be 360, I'm dividing 360 by n. I can also solve it using this. We end up in the same place. So actually, that's what I'm going to do with the next couple of problems here. The exterior angle is going to be 90 here, because 90 and 90 makes 180, right? So 90 is equal to 360 divided by n. N therefore has to be 4. I take 120. The exterior angle is going to be 60. So 60 is equal to 360 over n. So n is going to be 6. 156, the exterior angle is going to be 24. I take 24 and set it equal to 360 over n and solve for n this way. So what will that turn into? 360 divided by 24. Turns into 15. So there are 15 sides to this. All right. Last page. Find the value of x. I want to add up all the exterior angles. So here in this case, I take x minus 10. I'm sorry, x minus 11. 2x minus 42. X plus 10 and 31. Add it all up. I should add up, and this should all equal to 360. If I add up all of these things, negative 11, negative 42, I get negative 43. Negative 43 plus 31. Negative 43 plus, I'm sorry, let's start over. So this is negative 11. Negative 11 plus 10 is negative 1. Negative 1 plus negative 42 is negative 43. Negative 43 plus 31. Negative 43 plus 31 is equal to negative 12. So I end up with negative 12. X and 2x makes 4x. This adds up to 360. Add 12 to both sides. I end up with 4x is equal to 372. Divide by 4, x will equal to 93. All right, it's a very similar process. X plus 14. X minus 10. X minus 20. 21. 29. And x plus 14. Wait, I did x plus 14 already. That was where I started. So if I add this all up, so this is going to be negative 30. Negative 30 plus 29 is negative 1. Negative 1 plus 21 is positive 20. So I get 34. And then I have 4 x's. And this all adds up to 360. So I end up with 4x is equal to 326. Divide by 4. I don't end up with a nice number. I just want to make sure that I added this up correctly here. So negative 30 plus 29 is negative 1. Negative 1 plus 21 is positive 20. 20 plus 14 is 34. So I did add it up correctly. So it is what it is then. X is equal to 326 over 4, which is, well, whatever that is, 326 divided by 4, 81.5. Okay, I add up x plus 5, 2x plus 1, 3x plus 2. And 2x. This adds up to 8 and 8x. This is 360. Subtract 8 from both sides. 8x is equal to 352. Divide both sides by 8. I end up with 44. And over here, I take x minus 1, x, 2x, x plus 10, x plus 18, 3x and add them all up. So I get 28 minus 1 is 27. How many x's altogether? 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 9 is equal to 360. Subtract 27 from both sides. I end up with 333. I do, yes. Divide by 9. 333 divided by 9. 37. Okay. Find a measure of each exterior angle of each regular polygon. Decagon. Exterior angle. So it's going to be 360 divided by 10. It's 36. Pentagon. 360 divided by 5 is going to be 72. Hexagon, 360 divided by 6 is 60. And a 15gon, 360 divided by 15, what is that? That is 20, no, yes, no. 360 divided by 15, what is that? 24. Find a measure of an exterior angle and an interior angle given the number of sides of each regular polygon. Round to the nearest tenth if necessary. Okay, so there are 7 sides, so I take 360 divided by 7, right? This will give me the measure of one exterior angle, and then the interior angle will be 180 minus 360 over 7. So 360 divided by 7, 51.4. 51.4 and 128.6. Wait, what was that again? 51.4. And 128.6. Okay, so 360 divided by 13. Is 27.7. So the interior will be 152.3. So the first one's exterior, the second one's interior. And 360 divided by 14. 25.7. And what would that be? So 360. I'm sorry, I did. No, I didn't do it. Okay, so 180 minus 25.7, that would be 154.3. Yes. So that's the exterior and that's the interior. The other way around. You know what I mean. Okay. Find a measure of each interior angle. The decagon in which the measure... Ooh, okay. So all of these things are the interior angle. And it then says find the measure of each interior angle. Okay. So how many x's are there? So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have 10x. Now I need to add up 5, 15, 35, 65. 65 plus 35, that is 100, 140, 200, 270, 350, 350 plus 90 is 440. Is equal to 180 times 10 minus 8, 10 minus 2. So this is 1440. Subtract both sides by 440. I end up with 10x is equal to 1,000, which means x is equal to 10. No, it's equal to 100. And I'll leave it at that just because to list it all out. Oh, okay, I'll list it out. Okay, so it's 105, 110, 120, 130, 135, 140, 160, 170, 180, and 190. All right. Polygon ABCDE, in which the measure of the interior angles, again, very, very similar. So I'm going to add this up. So 6x plus 4x, that's 10x, 11x, 13x, 17x. Okay, 13 plus 9 is 21. No, 22. 22 minus 9. 22 minus 9. 22 minus 9. 22 minus 9 is 13. So it's plus 13 is equal to, this is a pentagon, so it's 540. So if I subtract both sides by 13, I end up with 17x is equal to, what is that, 537? No, 527. And divide both sides by 17. 31. So if x is equal to 31, 6 times 31, that is 186. 6 times 4, 31 times 4, that's 124. 124 plus 13, that would be 137. Then it's 40. 31, 62, 62 minus 8. 62 minus 8 is 54. And 4x minus 1. So 124 minus 1 is 123. Here are the 5 angles. And that's it.